Hopefully this is working. You guys let me know if you can see us and hear us okay. I'm actually in the inner sanctum. I'm right in the middle of Shimano HQ, and just out of shot there's a big bunch of stuff that I'm not even allowed to show anybody. So I've got to be very careful what I do, right? So let's see if we get anybody on, because this is kind of like unscheduled. So if you're watching live or on the replay, I hope you're going to watch live, because I've managed to get, like, I've been in the storeroom. It's like behind this door there's like more things that you could. This is like I don't know, Santa's grotto for carp anglers, and indeed other anglers as well. We'll get an echo loop. It is working, right? There's like 15 people logged on. Give me some likes, give me some likes. Let me know where you are, what you're doing. If you're sneaking out of work, this is worth it, right? Because I've been in the storeroom. They've left me unattended for 5 minutes, and in that time, I've managed to, like, is it really stealing? I don't know, but I've managed to grab all of this stuff, and like I've got bait and all kinds of stuff here, right, guys? So. And I've got line, and I've got cool stuff. I have a big bunch of stuff. I've got Shimano towels. Who wants a Shimano towel? It's like, they don't know that I've got this stuff, right? So I'm going to bring it to you exclusively on this stream, and I just want to give a big bunch of this stuff away. But Shimano need to see you guys going crazy, right? Because all of the sort of like bosses and marketers and all of these guys are all over here, and I'm here with the awesome Bob from Shimano, who's drinking the water so his mouth doesn't go dry. But I'm going to bring Bob in a second, because we've got so many new things that we want to show you guys. It's unbelievable. And this year there's almost like 2 stages of new things coming out. There's going to be some stuff coming out for the carp anglers nearer to Christmas. I'm not even allowed to tell you about this stuff. But we've also got some stuff coming out in September around rods, and I want to show you some of this stuff. We've also got, like I say, a big bunch of stuff to give away. So I want to get a few more people on the stream, share it in the group, tell everybody that, like, if you come on now, you can actually get a bunch of stuff for free, and you just have to fill in our prize claim. So I've got some towels, Shimano towels, I've got some bait, I've got some line, I've got a bunch of stuff, and I've got this. I can show the wall of reels, right, Bob? Yeah. We've got like this big wall of reels behind us as well, and a big bunch of rods and all sorts of different things that we're going to show you, right? So behind me you can see we've got the isolate bait stand, all of the different baits, kind of stuff that we have in the shop, right? And you guys know how awesome this stuff is. We're going to be giving some stuff away from this range. Now, we've also been able to get a few more caps and lanyards. So if you want a Shimano lanyard and you want a sample of the TX1 pop-ups, you just need to go to carp.global/Shimano, and you can pay the cost of shipping, and we'll send you this stuff out. Like, we sent out, I think there's like 170 of these we're sending out, and we've managed to get it up to like 250, right? So there's probably 100 left or whatever now. We've upped the number just now. So if you guys missed this, or you did want to get in on this deal, now's the time, right? So we've got like 60 people logged on. Lights are not going crazy. Neil Cutmore's here, Ian Reglis is here, Andy Mitchell's here, Jess Kellett, Keith Cockett, Carl Campbell, Alan Glover's watching, Jay Robertson's watching, Lel Peach is watching, Bob's watching, Nick is watching, and is here in the flesh as well. John Payne is watching. Good to see you, John. Ken Robinson's here, Lee Bailey, Liam Mitchens, Steve Buckham's here, Carl Campbell, Neil Oliver, Steve Murphy's here. Everyone's hashtag Shimano. Give us some appreciation for these guys, right? Because they've literally helped us, you know, in a way that I would never thought would have been imaginable. Behind this door, there's like, you know, have you ever seen like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when you sort of like, it takes you in there for the first time and you're like, oh my god, look at all this stuff? That's what we've just experienced. But obviously the Oompa Loompas or all these kind of people, I don't know what's going on behind there. It's kind of like Fraggle Rock, if you remember that. There's all sorts of activity, all this craziness going on. We can't really go behind the door. Servicing going on. It's like, oh man, as an angler, over the years, you know, I've always, like I said, I've used Shimano reels and stuff and different things all my life, and to be able to actually be here and see and meet these people, it's, you know, it's an honour, right? And I want to give you guys this opportunity to see some of this new stuff. We're not going to be on for too long, because Bob needs to go. We've got to drive back to Preston, otherwise before we get done for leaving with kids unattended, right? So we're going to get into this in a second. We've got nearly 100 people logged on at like 3 o'clock, which is like super cool. Bob's pulling some weaponry out of the armoury right now, and we're going to show you guys some of this stuff. It's like, my mind's just been blown in like 5 minutes looking at some of these new things. What have we got here, Bob?
This is going to launch in September, Dan. we've obviously have the tribal family, TX1, TX2, TX4, 5, 7. This is the new TX1, okay? So this is the TX1A. And we've extended the family this year. So you'll see, if Danny can get a little bit closer, we've got this lovely custom...
Let me flip the camera around without revealing everything to the world. Let's get it on this rod and zoom in, right? So you can see here, guys, we've got 9 foot, 3 pound test curve.
Yeah, obviously new cosmetics, new blank technology, new reel seats, everything.
Show us the reel seat. Tell us about this.
This is one of our custom reel seats, okay? So it's just a standard Shimano reel seat.
Yep.
So it'll fit all your reels from your baby bait runners right the way up.
Yep.
Then we've got a nice flared out handle, and then obviously our little tribal bug cap at the back.
We like that.
Yeah. So the family runs from 9 foot, okay, up to 12 foot. We've obviously got spods and everything. Lovely, light, balanced, full carbon rod. This is a little 9 foot, 3 pound Stalker. Retail on these is going to be $59.99. So it's an absolute dream of a rod. Okay.
So Stalker rods for like $59.99.
Yeah.
Most shops, 55 if you're really lucky.
Yeah. Well,
so you're going to be in that realm. $59.99 is.
And obviously, as everything else, 2-year warranty against any default. But not many people snap a TX rod.
No, we've just been like loading these things up, and Bob has got, because obviously who he is and where he works, he's got permission to like really put some effort into these rods, and I'm like, oh, Bob, don't bend it so much. He's like, you won't snap these things, and you won't, right? This is super cool. What's this? So this same family?
Same family. So 12 foot. We do 275s, 3s, 3 1/4, 3.5 pounds. So these are $69.99. It's got everything that everybody wants in carp angling. It's got your 50mm butt guides. It's got your 16mm anti-wrap tip. So absolutely superb. Full carbon rod again. Yeah. Absolutely outstanding.
So for people who don't speak cyborg, anti-wrap tip. For those anglers not in the know.
Basically, if you look at a standard tip eye, okay, what you'll see is it has 2 legs at the bottom like that. Line can obviously get round them. Yeah. And it'll cause you to crack off. Problem. So what we do is we shape ours like a teardrop, okay?
Can we get in on that, Bob? Can we see how that...
Hold on. Yeah.
Is that right?
Hold on.
Let me get a better example.
Let me get a better example. It's easy for you guys to see. So, if you look here, okay, on a lot of rods, there's 2 tiny little legs here. Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Line can get behind it and trap and snap off. Yeah. Watch with my fingers. This is your line.
So there's nothing can get caught.
So if line goes round it, it will pull off.
Pull off.
Rather than cracking you off or potentially snapping the tip of your rod.
Now, we're getting asked here, Bob, can people pre-order this stuff?
You can pre-order it with Carp Global whenever you want.
So these rods...
1st of September, we will be with you, Danny, and Siobhan, and away you go.
So we'll have them 1st of September now. Yep. I'm happy to take folks' money between, 1st of August, I guess.
You can start from today.
Start from today?
You can pre-order them with me today. They can pre-order them with you today.
Anybody want to pre-order any of this stuff? And you're like, we can give them the information, though, Bob. We can send them like the full specs and
give them all the
pictures and all of that stuff.
Obviously, before you guys leave today, I'll give you all the tech specs. I'll give you all the photographs. I'll give you all the RRPs, and you can float it in your group. First people to see these, obviously. And then these guys are free to do whatever they wish.
What we're going to do is we're going to make some of this stuff available for you, because it likes, it's going crazy. There's like 100 people logged on here, right? So looking good, right? So there's some new rods coming out in this TX1 family.
Loads of different ones.
Different models to suit different applications,
but basically from 9 foot up to 13 foot, and then you've got spods, markers, everything. The whole family will range between $59.99 and $79.99. That's it.
So if you can get like a top end carp rod for under 80 quid, you're winning.
Oh yeah, it's a win-win situation, isn't it?
I wish I could show you some of the stuff that's over. I'm not allowed to. Right, come on, Bob. Next things.
Okay, this is a really special little.
We looked at these and I can't point the camera at Shiv because she's like sat in the top secret stuff, right? So I need to turn this round, right? I need to turn this round.
So this one here, this is what we call our TX Lite family. So start where Danny is. You've got a fully drilled carbon reel seat, so looks absolutely tarty as anything. But this is where this rod wins. This is a 7 foot, 8 foot.
You guys need to watch this, right? This is like.
So this is a travel rod. Okay, so currently there it goes at 8 foot. Okay. Then when we want to drop it down because we want it to be shorter,
you can take a section out and make the rod shorter.
Take the section out, but you still, if Siobhan can just hold the tip here for me, right? There you go. So it's a fully compressed carp rod.
And Bob does not mess around when he compresses a carp rod.
I can blow them up, you guys.
Yeah,
but this is what it's all about. So this is something you can take anywhere, for any fishing situation, anywhere in the world.
oh my God, how cool is that?
That is what it bends to. Now, what Shimano do different than every other manufacturer is 5 spigots in this rod. So you've got 5 males, 5 female joints. Usually in travel rods you'll see them going what
you're going to get
opacity, like a 50p piece.
Yeah, you get like a flat bits, don't you?
Not with the Shimano, as you just saw when Siobhan was holding the tip, and I'll show you quickly again because you guys obviously should be at work and. Like,
yeah, we need to like. but look,
you do not get that with our rod. These are exceptionally unique. They're not going to be the cheapest rods in the world.
Well, yeah, there's a lot going into this rod, right? Even like the real seat
they all
stuff.
come with this.
If you grab all this tip.
Okay, so now I'll show you exactly what I mean. So if you can look down the blank there, there's no bending, there's no flat spotting.
It's a perfect curve, right? All the way up the rod.
Yep.
Perfect curve.
That is what this is about.
And that's kind of important when you're out fishing, right? Because
yeah, I mean the thing is you've got no dull spots. You can feel everything. The rod is acting as a shock absorber. So if you've got a fish, you're pulling it from under the tree. You've got loads of power. You're not worrying about the spigots that it's locking and the rod isn't responding to what you want it to do.
Yeah,
perfect rod. It is. I think.
And the fact you could take out the section to make it shorter or extend it.
So if you're going somewhere even tighter, you can just drop it down another foot and things like that. And it's what we call a parallel extension. Look, I'll be deadly honest with you. I've been at Shimano for many, many years. Everybody knows me, all right? I see rods and reels every day. This is my favourite rod. It is absolutely stunning.
And obviously this is not a $79.99 rod, right?
No.
A little bit more?
Little bit. Yeah, they sort of start from about £130 upwards.
But it's not a great deal more, though, is it?
No.
What's actually in
it? The level of carbon, the technology, the level of the guides, I mean, your reel seat, etc. These things cost a lot of money. You know, so we can't put this into a $79.99 rod. But listen,
you can see here. Ken Robinson's asking how much. So starting from what, 130ish,
130 quid. Yeah,
and,
for the family.
And if you wanted one of these now, you could pre-order, and I could have it out to you for like. 1st. I could have it out to you for September the 1st.
Yeah.
Now that means technically it could land in your house on September the 3rd, 4th.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then because like September's my favourite time for fishing.
Love it.
And like
particularly stalking.
Everybody's like, oh, let's get the rods out in the end of July and then reel them in like the end of August because it goes too cold. No, you go fishing throughout the year, but September's the best time.
So what we've done in
perfect time to get this.
You're 7 foot, 8 foot. Then we go into 9 foot.
Yeah.
Then we've got some really, really nice 10 foots, and we've gone into a really heavy 3.5 test curve. So people want to use them fishing off a boat, carping.
Yeah.
Particularly places like Rainbow, etc., or even piking.
Yeah.
But then we also do your 12 foots as well. So there's a full family, and they sort of range between 130 up to 199 quid.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, I appreciate it's not the cheapest, but I challenge any of you in your group, I challenge any member of the public, go and find me a rod that will perform like that in that price point. You will not find one.
Well, that's a challenge, right?
That is what we do. We are masters of this.
90 people watching right now. There's a full family in this TX Lite, right, Bob?
Yeah.
So the TX Lite family. We've looked at the TX1 family as well. These are all going to be coming out 1st of September, right? And we've got some ordered, and we're going to have some now. If you give me an indication if you want 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever you want, we can add these to the order. It kind of makes sense that you don't want to be getting like order going in on the 1st of September when everybody else has bought them. Well, we don't want to miss the boat.
The thing is all of our deliveries, obviously, we have a limited amount of stock that will come in on each delivery.
Yeah.
And then, so if you want them for launch, which everybody wants something when it's brand new, don't they? Then you need to be letting us know as soon as possible.
Yeah. Now, Bob don't know I've been sneaking around in the storeroom at the back, right? So I've helped myself to a bunch of bait, and I want to give you guys some of this stuff. So before we get into this next bit, because Bob's got something in his hand that is like it's
a total profit. No, don't.
We're not even going to go to that, right? We're going to show you that in a second, right? Who wants to win something? Like, oh man, likes and hearts, please. Give us some likes, give us some hearts, go crazy. Bob wants to win some stuff.
I have to buy it.
Yeah, he's going to buy this stuff. This is literally on Shimano, so most of the time this stuff comes out of our pockets, right? And what we've done also is got a big bunch of lanyards and different things. If you didn't get the lanyard, or indeed, let's rephrase that, right? What we're going to do is we're going to select 3 people at random, from the bunch of people who've picked up a lanyard deal. It's carp.global/Shimano. We're going to pick 3 people at random out of that, and I'm going to send you like a bunch of extra bits from Shimano as well, right? So if you've not bought already, then kind of go to that link, right? Carp.global/Shimano. You get the lanyard, you get the TX1 pop-ups, you get some raffle tickets from us as well, and you get entered into the draw to potentially win the Buzz Bar bag, and potentially we're going to have 3 other winners on top of that as well. So it kind of makes sense to like order 2 lanyards.
Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do here, Dan.
Oh,
this is a little special gift from me. Everybody that subscribes to your lanyard deal, I want you to keep all the names, and on the 1st of September, I want you to draw 1 name, or I'll come to your store and I'll draw 1 name on a random list, yeah?
Yeah.
And I will give them one of the new TX1 spods, okay? With $79.99, the 12-foot, £5.5 spod, I will give away 1 free of charge to one of your customers.
Ain't Bob super cool, right? We give like, I will need some like likes and likes for Bob and like for Shimano, and everybody hashtag Shimano below. What we're going to do, if you just sort of like put Shimano in a hashtag below and go crazy, tell us a little bit about your Shimano experience as well. We're going to pick some names at random. Bob doesn't know your names like I do, so it's going to be super easy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bags of boilies, 4 bags of pellets, and some towels and some line. We're probably going to... So what's that? We've got 4, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's like 16 prizes, right? So we're going to literally pick like 8 names now and 8 names at the end.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, let's do that, right? So I need you guys to go crazy and be like, Shimano, hashtag Bob.
Yeah, Charles is having one. Nice one, Bob. Hello.
Right, so Bob's going to see the names and pick some names. We're going to do 8 now, 8 at the end, right?
I can't see that. Andy Glover.
Alan Glover.
Alan Glover. See, I can't read.
Alan Glover, right, go on.
Anthony Olwyn.
Anthony Olwyn, well done.
Lee Kelly.
Lee Kelly, that's 3.
Oh, I like Steve Buckham.
Steve Buckham, 4.
Great gear.
Great gear. Keep going. Ian Bromley, that's 5.
Yeah, lovely.
This is it. This is like this.
Go for it. Somebody
Mike Booth, number 6.
Yeah. I can't read that now.
He's been using reels since he was 14, 12 years ago. Liam 7.
And please me, Bob from Lee Kelly. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you've already had one, Lee. Come on, next one.
Shimano Bob, love my long cast. Brian
Langley Smith. Brian's the super guy who sends beers out, right? So you maybe yes.
I like anything with ABV.
So that's like, I don't know, it's going to be a mixture of stuff, right? Just go to our prize claim and say that Bob gave you something. We don't really know what it is, but you're going to get it. You're going to get some bait or some line or a towel, or you're going to give you some stuff,
We might
right?
have a look in the storeroom.
We're going to have a go back in the storeroom. It's like, oh my God. I'm not going to show you in there. There's too many busy people in there doing sensitive...
The guys have got to work.
Yeah, they've got to work, and you know what it's like skiving, right? So just before we did that, and we're going to give like another 8 things away in a minute as well, so just stay to the end. If you didn't get the lanyard, or even if you did get the lanyard, it kind of makes sense to go and get another one so that you're entered into this awesome draw to win a rod. Now, he said he's going to give a Spod Rod away, right? He's not going to give away...
This. No, it's not this
one.
No.
Bob has got something in his hand that's like...
Let's make it clear first, Dan.
Yeah.
It'll be one of these ones, the TX1A, the 12-foot, £5 spod.
What's this thing that you've got?
This one is a little bit something special. So this is called TX Intensity Spod Marker. It's very easy family because there's one in it. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the little thing here. It's a 12-foot, £5 rod. This is using the best...
Is it 12 foot or does it have a bit of...
No, this is a 12.
This is the 12.
This is the 12. So starting here, if Dan could come back, the first thing we begin with is here. So extra flared here, so you can really give it some punching power. Okay. Then we come up to a CI4 reel seat. CI4 is a carbon-infused polyamide.
Like the reels, right?
Yeah, it's exactly the same material. Only Shimano make it. Is very, very unique to us.
And CI4 makes things lighter, stronger...
Lighter, stronger, stiffer,
better.
You name it. It is awesome.
Yeah, well, I've got the Ultegras with that material, and it's like you notice the difference. Yeah. So
this is called TX Intensity Spod Marker. Now, this is lighter than every single 12-foot carp rod that Shimano make. Okay, bar one, which is the TX7 12 2 3/4. This weighs in extremely light. We're using the most amazing technology. Titanium guides, etc. Obviously, Dan and Siobhan have been here today, and they've all picked it up, and I don't think they can believe it.
It's like there's another Spod Rod exactly the same from Shimano that we've had hold of, and it's the older model. And Bob said, "What's the first that comes into your mind? What's the first thing that comes into your mind? Weight, right? So we're not beating around the bush there, are we, Bob? No. Some Spod Rods are really heavy, and if you're spodding a lot,
this is a kiddie. This is definitely kid. Right, let me explain just as quickly as I can. We're using technology that we use in Japan, okay? So we're using special tapes, okay? And we put them in a cross. So people will have heard of Spiral X, High Power X, and this has now got Spiral Core. What it stops is the blank ovalizing and twisting. When you really compress a blank, it will start to do this. The idea is it keeps it rigid. It stops it going like an elliptical shape, keeps it round.
So the material you're using is stopping it being a wonky rod?
Correct.
It's stopping it.
It is the most accurate rod you will ever.
What did you say about the military casting or something? You had a joke before. What's it? Left, right?
When we were doing this, obviously we look at our rods, but we also look at our competitors' rods. We call it military casting, left, right, left, right. So as your blank is twisting, you'll get a spot to the left, a spot to the right. So
but never at the bloody floor, right?
Where you want it to be. So this is where this rod comes in, because it doesn't twist, it doesn't ovalize, it's all about power.
And it's so light.
This is lighter than any 12-foot carp rod that Shimano make, and that's including Ultra, that's including 9A. It is unbelievably light. This is just about 300 grams, okay, which is exceptionally light for a full rod that is a Spod rod. Okay, now we obviously have people like Mike Dagnall that have been heavily involved with us in this development.
And Mike Dagnall is...
Mike Dagnall's obviously world record holding casting, currently stands at 298 yards.
So I'm presuming Mr. Dagnall can cast a spod, right?
Maybe,
on this.
Maybe just a little bit, yeah. But it's not just about Mike, it's about making the rod right for everybody to chuck. So we have a nice soft tip, okay, but we have loads and loads and loads of power. Okay?
The power doesn't come from the tip though, does it, Bob?
No, the power comes from here. So from you here all the way to up here. So it's very, very explosive in the power stakes.
And Bob does not mess around, you know.
You're proper leaning on it.
He's leaning on the thing, right? This is...
So obviously when you start chucking full spawns and things like that, 12, 14 ounce, you need something with a backbone. But the main thing is it's about that power being delivered correctly.
But if all this did is save your elbow from strain or your shoulders from strain...
I guarantee you the first thing you'll notice over anybody's spod rod that's out there, okay, you pick one of these up and you won't mind spotting for an hour and a half and sticking 10 kilo in. With an ordinary spod rod, you're going to feel it straight away in your shoulder, because it is such... Even though I'm not talking about competition, I'm talking about Shimano rods. These are so much lighter. But Dan, it does come with a little bit of a price tag.
But look, if it was £1,000, if it could cast accurately at distance every time and not tire you, it'd be worth £1,000, right?
Yeah, but they're not quite £1,000. They're not even 500. These are $359.99. It's not going to be a mainstream thing. However, you know me, Dan, I have these little silly analogies. If we could have an Aston Martin for the same price as a Ford Focus, we'd all have one, wouldn't we?
Without a doubt.
It is affordable, but it depends on what you want from your fishing. But if you want the lightest, powerfulest, accuratest spod rod on the market, then you need one of these in your life.
And without showing the stuff away, right? Bob, we're not joking. This is like I can't put like I don't know. We could weigh it on a weighing scale or something in front of you, but just take our word from it that this is the lightest spod rod that I've ever had the luxury of putting my hands on. If I could run now with this, I would, and I wouldn't get very far because Bob's probably thought about that. Now, legend has it that Bob's camping out here tonight because he's got some meetings in the morning, so he might be off down the lake around the corner. These offices are brand new for Shimano, and I guess it's testament to the company's success, growth, the plans for the future, because you don't just design and sell tackle, do you, Bob? You do a bunch of stuff. Like behind us, you can see we've got what's this stuff? We've got the Carp League.
Yeah, this is free for anybody to join. So all you have to do is
scan the code. We've got a link, right? We'll put all this up in the group.
But yeah, scan the code. What this is about is you can get in the league, submit your catch reports, have a bit of banter with your mates. We as Shimano will be giving monthly prizes away, spot prizes, luggage, bait, all sorts of different things. It's all free.
Makes sense.
It's all free. Obviously, we'll give you information about some of our new products and things like that. If you're not interested in that, that's fine.
Yeah.
But obviously, tell us what you're catching, where you're catching it, how you blah, blah,
so
blah.
It's fun, it's free.
It's free.
And there's a chance of winning a big bunch of tackle bait and money and a big bunch of stuff, right? So we'll put the link to all that up in the group. Remember, if you want the lanyard and now you're going to enter into the draw to get like a spod rod and there's going to be extra prizes and all that stuff, it's carp.global/Shimano. We've been on for like half an hour, and we're going to have to really go, right? So we're going to give away a few more bits and pieces, and then you're going to see a bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing on the usual live streams as we move. So...
I can't remember them names.
You can't remember the names? I can't remember the names. If we call you out twice, you've only won once, right? So, I know Ian got one. Who else? We're going to give away some bits and pieces, right? Lee Eason. Yeah. He wins every time. He actually caught two 30s, two PBs in the same session at Cromwell on the TX1 Pineapple and Banana. It was like 35 and a 39 on one of our recent events. So Lee's had more free bet than anybody, right?
Who's that? Claire? Is that Claire or something?
Who's that? Go up a bit. Claire Ridgeway. Shimano with all the hashtags. Who else? That's like, I think we've got like 5 prizes left, right?
Lewis Reynolds.
Lewis Reynolds. It was like, oh my God, these guys have got all sorts of stuff going out.
Mike Booth.
Mike Booth.
Neil Oliver.
I think how many prizes have we got left?
Well, we'll throw a
couple more prizes. You want some more? Just stick around a couple more minutes, right? There are things in this room that are so exciting, and I cannot mention, show you, tell you, look at them, see them.
We'll talk about.
We're going to have to do this again, aren't we?
We'll do it again. We'll come up to your shop and we'll do it again, and we'll tell them what we're going to be doing for the early part of next year. But I think it's safe to say Shimano will keep developing, we'll keep innovating, we'll keep trying to make the fishing experience better for everybody that's out there. So we'll have a little chat in December. It's going to be awesome. And a lot of the stuff we've looked at, look, it's not reinventing the wheel, is it? It's the little things. Like the little things like you showed us on the tip of the rod. Yeah, it's all about the attention to detail, Dan. What makes Shimano best is we are engineers. We are a fishing company, but we're engineering. So we look at what we want, where a lot of our developments come from, because we've got a UK-based development team, is from our fishing, where we get frustrated. Oh, if only we could do this. Oh, if only we could do that, etc. So it's attention to small detail and precision engineering, like when we did the Barra, just moving the wheels, putting that bed chair frame at the front, making it different than everybody else's. Oh, we moved a moment of gravity. That's all we did. In essential, plus some other bells and whistles.
Some other little bits and pieces, right? If you've not seen the Shimano Barrow, then like we've got them in the shop. I've got one, I know Lee's got one, I know Dave Leishman's got one. There's a bunch of other people have bought them from us. Shiv's got one, and it's like Bob's got one. Yeah. These things are like.
It's just different, isn't it? You know,
it's different, but it is.
It's on the back the side.
Oh man, he's pushing me.
No.
It's like I'm going to be careful. Oh man, can I show it?
You can show this.
Yeah, I can show this one, right? So that's the Barra with the bed chair on the front, and then that sort of like gives it this zero gravity, and you put your buckets and everything kind of fits. It's really low profile. Buy the Barra, right? We can't give you a Barra. We can give you a few more bits and pieces of bait. But what I want you guys to do is like, whether you got the lanyard or you didn't, we're going to add these extras. There's a chance of getting in the draw. Go to carp.global/Shimano and pick one of those up. We appreciate you. Obviously, Bob will appreciate you. Bob's going to call out a couple more names now. Chris Hobbs. It's been revolutionary to his life. The Barrow, so you can win a little prize. Adam Spencer.
How many are we up to?
Do one more.
Shimano sponsorship. We're all right, Paul. Thank you. we have too big a team at the minute, but listen. Keep fishing, and
we're pretty much sponsoring you right now because we're giving away about like 100 quid worth of stuff. Lel Peachy.
Yeah, that'll do.
Well done. Head over to the link. Don't forget also, mystery buckets are going like crazy. We do have some Shimano stuff going in those mystery buckets. And I'm toying with the idea of putting an all expenses paid trip to Lequy in 2020 in one of those buckets. And you kind of heard
that's got to be worth winning.
That's got to be worth winning. I'm just going to figure out how the best way to do that. But if you've not picked up a mystery bucket yet, it's carp.global/golden bucket. And we've got all sorts of prizes in there. Now, you didn't exactly see what was in the golden envelope that's going to go in the golden bucket. Like, I've got a lot of options, right? And there's a possibility we might be able to add some stuff that we didn't think we could. Right, the door's opening. I think we've been rumbled. Carp.global/Shimano. I'm going to bring back a big bunch of stuff.
Are you sure about that?
Quick, Shiv, run. Right, we're out of here, guys. Got to drive back to Preston. Got kids to pick up. Bob snapping rods and going crazy in here. We are live from the inner sanctum of Shimano, and it's like worth coming down here. Not everybody can just walk in. It's not a shop, and they've set up a display of these rods and products and all the bait and everything in here. There are other things I can't show you, and all I can say is stay tuned to us, to Shimano. Get the app, download this stuff, And if you want to head on over to the Isolate Bait page and the Shimano Fishing page and the Tribal page, go and give these guys a like, go and give these guys a comment, let them know that you've seen our live, and of course order the lanyard, the TX1 pop-ups to enter that draw as well for the Spod Rod and a bunch of other stuff that Bob's very, very kindly offered us, which he didn't have to do. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to do together. Westmoor Farm, Bob, I know we've got a group of folks going up there. Is there a little birdie's told us that Bob's done something nice?
Okay, I can't confirm this 110%, but there will be at least 2 members of Team Tribal that will be coming up in attendance, just to help you guys. Obviously, you know, we've been fishing for a long time. Fishing's our business, fishing's our job.
Fishing's our life, right, Bob?
It's our life. So, you know, 2 of us will be coming up there. You know, help you with your rigs, help you with your casting, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I might be able to bring a very special guest who's arguably the biggest name in bait. But I've just got to check his diary first.
Check his diary, right?
I've got to check his diary because he's a bit of an international globe-trotter. Yeah. So we'll see where we go with that.
So if you booked onto the Westmoor Farm event that we're doing in September, then a couple of folks from Team Tribal and maybe Mr. Bait himself. And we're going to be doing a big bunch of cool stuff because it kind of ties into the fishery, the brand. They've got this fun bus that they bring with a big bunch of stuff in. And look, if all that did is help you cast an extra 20 yards, it'd be worth it, right? But unfortunately, we can't have everybody at that event. We are going to do some lives from there. There is one space left, I do believe, which is available on the website. If you want to book that, then it's kind of like you heard it from Bob. So that'd be Shimano Westmoor Farm event in September. But if you want the lanyard, you want the free stuff, you want to enter the competition, want a big bunch of stuff, kind of going back a few days, and I know we've shipped most of these out now, but there's still a chance. It's Carp Global /Shimano. Pick up all the goodies and all the different bits and pieces, and all the prizes, we'll chuck them in the car now so we can send them out. Make sure you fill in the prize claim form. If you won anything just now, if Bob called your name out, we'll make sure this replay, and we'll go through it and we'll check the names and we'll put them up in the group. If you want to pre-order any of the rods that you've just seen, then you can hit us up tomorrow in the shop. We'll happily take your order. I've got all the prices written down here. Shiv's got them on a bit of paper. That's how new this stuff is. We've had to actually write this stuff on a piece of paper. So you know, we say that you don't get this at certain insert name of other retailer. We're going to be careful what we say. Obviously, Shimano's a brand that supports a lot of everybody, and we're all in this business together. We're all working together to improve angling, and we all have a little bit of fun, all got a little bit of banter, but it is serious. It is about fishing goals. It's about achieving those goals. It's about going out there and enjoying our time and maximising our time on the bank. That's what Carp Global's all about. That's why we do this crazy stuff. That's why we love you guys so much. I can't get live in the VIP group to do something extra, so this is it. We've been sort of pressured on time, and we got lost, and we've been driving around industrial estates because these guys don't even have a sign over the door yet, and it's like
a secret bunker.
It is the secret Shimano show. That was it. Go to the link, Carp Global /Shimano. Get yourself something before they all go. We'll get back. We'll send these prizes out. Fill in the prize claim form. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks to Bob. Thanks to everybody at Shimano. And remember, head on over to the Isolate Bait page, the Tribal page, Shimano Fishing page. Anything that's got Shimano on it, give it a like. Give it a share. Tell everybody about it. And if you do want any of this stuff, just let us know tomorrow in the shop, and we will hook you up and get it on so you can have it in September.
Yeah, no problem. See you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming. It's all right.
Thanks for coming. See you later. Bye-bye.